welcome back to my channel. Today I'd like to talk to you about prepping from a different standpoint. We've talked about prepping by getting our food stockpile. We've talked about the first aid that would be necessary if you can't get to the drugstore or to the doctor. We've talked about different things. We've shared recipes. Today I want to share with you prepping for kids, prepping for our children. That's a very important thing to think about. Besides the food and the water and the life-saving necessities that we have to prepare for, we need to take our little ones into account as well. Besides just the food to feed them with or water for them to drink, they need to be taken care of in a special way. I know whether we're prepping for a day trip out of town, a doctor's appointment that they have to go along and be patient and be quiet, a long car trip, staying with a relative to take care of a sick grandma or aunt, and they're away from home and out of their natural and familiar environment. There's different situations that a person should be prepared for their children, because if kids are aware of what's going on, and they should be, you should be honest and tell them, you know, Daddy has a doctor's appointment tomorrow, we're going to be in the car for a long time, and you know, blah blah blah, whatever. Or if there's a hurricane on the way, you know, there's a dangerous storm coming, but we will keep you safe, we'll be in the car for a long time, we'll be staying with friends, whatever, you know, whatever the situation is. But you should prepare for the kids. My kids are all grown now, and my grandson is he's 8 now. But when my kids were younger, or when my grandson was little and he was coming over, you know, quite frequently, I kept a bag packed in my closet. It's just a backpack that I got on clearance at Walmart for $2. And I would keep that bag packed with little puzzles, games, colored pencils, crayons, a coloring book. As they got older, I would have like word puzzles in there, a deck of cards, deck of Uno cards, even for when they were preschool age, because Uno cards can keep preschoolers busy. They might not be able to play the game of Uno, but they could sort the red cards from the green cards, from the blue cards. They could pick out all the number 2s, all the number 4s. There's things you can do to keep them busy and quiet with a deck of Uno cards. I can't remember, I can't think, and I'm sure they've got more toys and, you know, things out now than what they had when my kids were little. But just the idea of a bag that's packed and ready to go. I kept fresh undies and fresh socks in the bag, baby wipes, a whole pack of baby wipes never opened. Kids of all ages can benefit from baby wipes. They can be used to clean their faces, their hands, keep them clean. Hand sanitizer and fun scents, a little bottle, little bitty bottle. My grandson used to keep one in his pocket when he would come over. It smelled like apples. It was like Macintosh apples, I think is what the smell was, from Bath and Body. But he loved that apple smell of hand sanitizer, and so I kept that in the bag. And I also gave him one, he just had one. Trying to think of other things to keep. Oh, the little Magnadoodle. There's a little one you can get that they can write and then just erase by scraping a thing across the screen. All kinds of just quiet, the little bitty Lego sets. Sometimes you can get those on clearance for $4 or $5. I would buy up extras, and sometimes I would keep them in my bag at church, you know, and if there was a little one that was unsettled or something, and just, you know, give them a Lego set to play with for a while. Things like that. I was trying to think of just the busyness to keep them happy and quiet. Also, if you're going to be in the car, like if you're evacuating due to a wildfire or a hurricane and you're going to be in the car for several hours. I know my mom lives 500 miles from me, so to go see my mom is like, with the kids, it was about a 10 to 11 hour trip. Now that the kids are grown, it's like a 9 to 9.5 hour trip. But I kept an ice cream bucket with a lid on it in my van, and it slid right under the seat. And if someone had to go potty, it was my third one we used that for. I can remember using that when we had our youngest one. he could go potty real quickly in the ice cream bucket, put the lid on, slide it under the seat, because I didn't feel safe just pulling off the side of the interstate. If there was an exit or a clean restaurant where we could go in and use the bathroom, that was awesome. That's what we did. But sometimes when you're between here and there, there's no place to go potty. So just an idea for how they could safely go potty if you're not near a potty. Trying to think of other ideas for the bag, for the go bag. I think I called it a go bag. I can't even remember now, but snackies, they're the little peanut butter crackers, goldfish crackers, animal crackers that come in the little box with the little string handle on it. I kept those in there. Not jelly, gummy bears, gummy worms. My grandson liked the little reds called Swedish fish. I kept those for him when he was younger. Just make it fun for them. When we were on a road trip, like to go see my mom, and we were on that long trip, I would plan ahead and I would have a bag packed for all three of my kids for their age appropriate, and every so many hours on the road, if they were, if you'll be good for mommy, we'll have a surprise, and every so many hours I would get something out for them to have that they had never seen before. With my older ones, it was, I think there was travel bingo I got for them one time, and there was a little, you could get little travel sized games. I think there was, I don't remember if it was Sorry or they had little pegs, just little games for them to play, little puzzles, snacks. And sometimes I would wrap those up, but sometimes I would just, have them in a bag that I would give to them every so often on the road. That keeps them fun, it keeps them busy, and that keeps them calm and easy to manage. If you're prepared for them, have what you need to meet their needs. Children get bored very easily, and if they're in an unfamiliar situation, it can be very nervous for them. It could be a nervous time for them. So anything you can do to normalize the situation for the children, you'll get better response from them, and they'll be easier to care for. As far as your food stockpile, which we've talked about, everyone's family is different, everyone's needs are different. But if you have little ones in your family, you want to plan that stockpile. I haven't bought things for small children because I don't have any small children right now at my house. But when my kids were little, keep things that they would enjoy, like in your food pantry, your prepper pantry. I would have pudding cups and Jello cups for little ones. The little serving size, there's like little cups of fruit cocktail. You can get little mandarin oranges. Even vegetables come in like the little cups, which might be expensive when you can just open a can of green beans and they can eat with the whole family. But there's times when it would be nice to be able to give them a treat, something that they specifically enjoy. Make sure you make sure you store things that they do like, SpaghettiOs and meatballs, ravioli, peanut butters and jelly. But you know your children, you know what they like and what they don't like. And I think it would be very necessary to survive a bad situation if you were able to meet their needs, but also make it a special time, make it fun. Even if it's not fun for you, make it fun for them as much as possible. I'm trying to think, because after the video's over, I'll think of things, I wish I would have said this or said that. That was my main thought, was just I've been trying to think of videos I want to share with you all, and I've shared several cooking videos and recipes and the food grocery hauls and things like that. But I was thinking last night, prepping for kids would be very important. If I had little ones, my prepping would look different than it does. My husband and I are we're in our 50s. Our kids are all adults now, so it's different for me in my prepping than it would be for me 20 years ago when I had 3 children living at home with us. And so I wanted to share that for those of you who do have little ones and might not have thought ahead. Kids are little and they pretty much go along with whatever is going on around them. But as a child, I think it would be nice to have what they need and be able to be relaxed in a difficult situation, because that could be hard. So that's all I wanted to talk about, really. But if you have any ideas you'd like to share or comments, leave them in my comment section below. I think that's all I really had. Just, I had it on my heart to talk about the children today and how to prep for them and keep them in mind when you're making your lists in your notebook and your recipes that you're making. Make sure that there's something in there fun for the kids as well. That's all I needed to say today. So thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel and hit that like button. Leave me a comment below. I've really been enjoying the comments I've been receiving. It's nice to hear from you all.